So these are the three colors I'm going to be using: the tan, yellow, and gold. The tan is the basic acrylic, and it's called unbleached titanium. So that is this one. This is just a yellow, a pastel yellow that I had. And then this is a gold that I had left over from one of my other paintings. So I'm just going to paint it on these canvases. And as you can see, these are fairly small canvases that I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a coating of gold down around the edges of each of these paintings. And then I'm going to start with the yellow on the outer edge. Maybe I start over here. Do the same thing with this one. These will be fun. They're just kind of fun to get the paint on the canvases. I do have to say I was a little worried. We had some really cold weather, and I was really worried that we might have had too cold of weather, and these paints might have been a little frozen. And then they came out and thawed and looked a little different. So I'm not going to worry too much about them. Just going to kind of get them all over the place here. And then I'm going to move the canvases just a little bit. I have these little side cups, like when you get sides from a restaurant, underneath the paintings so that it drips down onto my plastic, which is sitting here. It's really funny. I reuse everything I find. And this is the plastic that sits between canvases. And I definitely like that. So I'm going to kind of move this around. These by themselves are going to look pretty boring. They're just a whole bunch of colors, but I just wanted some base color down on all of these before I started putting the alcohol inks on them. So this will be really nice and fun. Painting is messy sometimes. Definitely enjoy this kind of painting. But we'll see how this works out. I should have done this on the other one when I was doing it. Don't drop it. Slippery. This paint is very, very slippery. I'm going to try to get the sides here. But just a nice good coating of paint on all of these. So I probably should have stopped the camera about now. But it's kind of fun. I dropped the paint from the other one onto this one. Maybe I'll do some drops onto this one too. It gets the paint kind of equalized across both canvases. So it's just kind of, my hands get really messy. So I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to clean my hands off. Okay, so this is where I'm going to try to do the fractal part of it. And that's going to be using this white, this purple, and these are alcohol inks, and this green. Okay, so I will, it looks like it's a avocado green, a lavender, purple, and it looks like it's a I can't read that, but I think it's a white. So I'm going to get alcohol. I'm going to close up my paints real quick here. Because those are really small. I'm going to get some alcohol and put it in one of these containers. I have a dropper so that I can actually work with the Fractal. I'm going to try to move the camera up a little closer so that you guys can see what's happening with when I'm adding the alcohols and the Fractal stuff. I'm going to try 70% alcohol. I think I probably need to be a little lighter, so I might grab another one of these cups and dilute the alcohol with some water and see if that helps too. So I'm going to try it at 70%. I'm going to try it at like half of that, so about 35%. So we're going to just kind of try half water, half alcohol, and see what happens with that and see if I can get that fractionation going too. I'll have two different cups going here. And we're going to move the camera up a little bit. I'm going to just kind of move this up. Let's see if you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, so I've moved the camera up and I'm going to go ahead and get some scissors and open up my inks. I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start with the green because I think against the golds and all of that, it will look really pretty. So we'll start with the green and just put a drop and see if we can get some fractionation going here. These look like they need to be open, so I'm going to just cut these. And I'm just going to start in the center and put some drops. And they do look like they're working really well. Oh, wow, that might be kind of fun. I'm going to just put like 5 drops on this one and let it just be a little different. So these are fun. These alcohol inks definitely are working and being fun inside there. I'm going to let it sit for just a second. And then I'm going to open up the white and put some white in the center of those. These fractal paintings will be a little different than anything I've done before. But I saw somebody else doing this and I just fell in love with how the fractionation with the alcohol inks worked on top of the paint and how they just kind of bleed into each other and make these little veins that happen. And sometimes I think you have to add more paint or ink to get it to move. And the white really against the yellow starts disappearing. So I'm going to add the green in here again. See if I can get those to move again. Yeah, so fun. Just kind of how they kind of move across the painting. And so then I'm going to add the purple. And this is just going to be right here. Actually, I think I might add the purple outside of here. Add 3 dots of purple and see how that works. Maybe 1 in the center of that one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is add some alcohol and see if I can get them to spread a little bit further. So they do look like they're spreading pretty good and they look fun. I can actually see these colors on top of each other are working really well. The alcohol on the purple on the yellow looks so much prettier. The green didn't quite do what I thought it would. I think the purple's doing more of the fractionation, that I wanted it to do. And so I'm going to start with the 70% alcohol and see what this does. I'm going to put that on that one. Wow. And 70% is very interesting. So I won't do all of the 70% on this one. But it does seem to be causing it to spread further on these. So the 70% is very interesting. So I'm going to grab some more of this purple and add it into there. And see what happens there. I might add just a single dot of white in the center of some of these. I might have. They kind of remind me, as I'm looking at it, it kind of reminds me of what I would think a ring in a ring for like a tree ring might be happening. Okay, so I'm going to try the one that just had water and a little bit of alcohol. So I'm going to just kind of do half and half here. And I'm mixing them up. So that's half water, half alcohol. And I'm going to try that on some of these and see what happens. You actually see the fractal things happening there, which are kind of interesting. So I'm going to dump that water back out. And I think I'm going to just let it sit for a second. And I think I might add just a dot of purple in between some of these and just kind of have some fun with that. And there goes my dryer. So just learning how to do this is really interesting because I think some of it is really moving really quickly. Some of it's not moving as fast as I thought it would. But like this little fractal happening there is kind of fun. So a little more here. I think I'm going to just put that in there. I'll tell you, I don't think the white did what I thought the white was going to do. I thought the white would work with these, but it didn't quite do everything I thought it would do. I do like that I'm seeing some of the fractal things happening here as it grows out into the paint. So kind of fun that way. Just see if I can just add a single drop to some of these and get them to do some different things. And that is the 70% alcohol that I'm using there. So it's just isopropyl alcohol that I put the 70% in. Just a little, one more drop on each of those, and then I'll see what happens. See if they can grow out for me. And that one I probably could have put something else in. I can actually see the things happening here. Okay, I'm going to stop this real quick and then try to move you in really close. So this is really close, and if you can see, it is giving me some of that fractionation on this. That one's in the shade. This one's in the sunlight. You can actually see the different changes between these two. Well, this is my first attempt with alcohol inks with my pours. And I'm not sure I'm super crazy about it, but we'll play with it some more and see if I can get other things to happen. Thank you for watching.